So good evening, everyone. I'm Dean Heiss, one of the co-founders of the Incubator here at Cal State Long Beach, now known as the Apostle Incubator. We are recording this, perfect. Um, so I wanted to thank you all for being here at this annual PitchFest. Last year was a bit funky. We typically do this in April following the Innovation Challenge, but due to COVID, we postponed it, and uh, we're kind of back to normal, so to speak, in this new norm where we're doing this virtually, but at least on the typical day that we do it on. So we're here um, at this Pitch Fest, which is part of the incubator. And I just want to remind everyone of what this incubator is here for. And that is to be a place where your ideas and the ideas of anyone can come to get the resources that they need to turn those ideas into an early stage startup. That's what a business incubator is there for. And these ideas that turn into early stage startups can get fed into this ecosystem here at Cal State Long Beach and at the city of Long Beach, such as the accelerator and local business community, to capture those opportunities and build on each other's strengths. So we're here for that, and that's why we're here every Tuesday evening, going through all these steps that it takes to become a startup and to turn your ideas into that. So we have a lot of great resources. Many of them are recorded over the evenings. You can find them on the Apostle Incubator website. Now, tonight is a very important step in this evolution of turning an idea into an early stage startup. So teams will practice crucial skill sets for any business, and that is pitching your idea. And tonight, winners will actually receive funding. As you can see, first place is $1,000, runner-up's $500, third place is $250, and an audience choice, which, as Wade mentioned, hopefully you can get your friends and family members to vote for you. The audience choice also wins $250. So all teams, whether or not you receive funding from this or not, will receive good questions from our esteemed panel of judges, and you'll receive just feedback from this experience having gone through it. Again, this is a skill set that's crucial for any entrepreneur. So just taking this step is going to help you through that evolution. So how this works is we're going to take turns pitching. There will be 3 minutes. Each of you will have 3 minutes to pitch, and then there will be 2 minutes for questions from the three judges. And then the judges will finalize their scoring using a rubric. And then I guess just to mention that they might not be looking directly at you during the pitch, as they're likely taking notes or scoring as we go. But they, along with the rest of the audience, will be listening. So we will tally up those scores at the end of all the pitches, and we will deliberate on those winners. And then the Audience Choice Award will be through a poll everywhere, and that link will be shared with all of you. It'll be shared on our Facebook. It'll be shared in the chat here, I believe, and you will be able to select your choice for the winners. And that will be sent out after everyone has pitched. So you can be on the lookout for that toward the end. Winners will then get announced, and then we'll conclude for the evening. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our judges. So first up, we have Adam Carrillo. He's the IIE board chair and part of the Sunstone management team. So Adam, thank you for being here. We have Keena Fuller, who is a management consultant. Thank you for being here, Keena. And we have Laura Merrifield from the Government Performance Lab at the Harvard Kennedy School of Government. Thank you for being here, Laura. And so those are the judges. Now, just as a reminder, you will each have 3 minutes. And after those 3 minutes, I believe there will be a very brief grace period before you will be muted. And then there will be 2 minutes allocated for each Q&A session with the judges. So in total, we'll have essentially 5 minutes of interactions with each team. And then we'll be able to provide you with valuable feedback based on our notes, at another time. But The time will begin when the presenter begins to speak. So, having said all of that, are there any questions before we dive into the main event tonight? So if you want to raise your hands or throw it in the chat. Can they jump in about any time? There, that was already announced here. We'll kick off via poll everywhere after the pitch has been presented. Yes. Anything else from anyone? Any other questions? We will have Totes lit going first, and then Adapt Design following them. So we have one slide for every team that's going to be pitching, and that'll be up here. You can see Totes Lit is up. Who do we have presenting from Totes Lit?
That would be me, Janine Solano.
Janine Solano. Okay. Are you ready, Janine?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Once you begin, we'll go ahead and start your 3 minutes.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Janine Solano, and I am a native from here, Long Beach, California. I am willing and fortunate enough to be able to launch a bookstore business here within the 6th District. My community is in deep need of having a bookstore that reflects what the community looks like. So a bookstore that focuses on selling books by authors who identify as Black, Indigenous, Latino, Asian, LGBTQ, any person in a marginalized identity. It will be a storefront with hopes of expanding, including a small cafe and pastries. This bookstore would be different than approximately the other 10 bookstores that are in Long Beach, as it is focused in a low-income community and it is catered to these demographics. The bookstore would cater to building community relationships. So anyone who is a bookstore aficionado, I know that we have a ton of people who love to go to, the bookstore that's in Los Angeles. So we know that there are cases and there's people who love to just be at bookstores. I know I'm one of them. And I wish that when I was growing up in high school, that there was a place for me to go and find books that our authors look like me. So I envision that this neighborhood would gather into supporting the business. The prime location for it would be, for the bookstore, would be 2 blocks away from Long Beach Polytechnic High School. And I would cater to high school and college students in order to provide books at a discounted price for them. The target market size is flexible in that we are selling books, tote bags, journals, pens, and eventually the cafe. There is a market to find local holes in the walls that push away from giant corporations. And because of that, I feel that there would be a great movement in backing this community and backing the bookstore. So the bookstore would be different from competition in that we would be building a community and building community relationships. I hope to have within this bookstore a poetry open mic nights, gathering with music, author readings eventually, and events that link the community to higher education. As we see a transition within the community in providing empowerment, I believe that education and the resources that we can provide within a bookstore are key to having a successful community and empowering the rest of our neighborhoods. I noticed that the library that we have around the corner, it's only open, 5 days a week with certain limited hours. And my bookstore would be able to provide and amplify the library's resources that it's already building upon. We would generate revenue sales, obviously from the sales, but there is also opportunity in renting out the space for different events led by different organizations. And my expected revenue for the first year is $20,000. I'm hoping that I would not put profits over people, but that people would be able to support the bookstore as a way of building and making sure that they know it's for themselves.
Thank you, Janine. That's your time.
Thank you, Janine. Well done. And judges, if you want to begin with your questions, if you have any questions for Janine, for Totes Lit.
I have a question when.
Go for it.
First off, I want to thank you for participating and love the opportunity to review the project and the business. Can you tell me more about the resources that you'll be that you've prepared to integrate into the business and to support the vision over the next 1 to 3 years?
Yes, so there would be the different resources that I plan on having. So I already own one business here in downtown Long Beach, and I would like to incorporate that different organizations are able to unite with this business and form solidarity in order to make it more profitable. The only reason that I asked for community support is because this business is one that's being shown and marketed for the people. I would hope to integrate high school students and be able to empower them into going into higher education and making sure that they know that their lives matter and are important, and that they can become authors and readers and poets and build on literary success.
Thank you. Other questions from the judges? Kina or Laura?
This is great. And
Go ahead,
Janine,
Laura.
one question is, I actually was a Long Beach Poly grad myself, and you talked all about, linking this into community. Do you see some ways that you would partner more directly with those community assets you identified, like schools and libraries?
Yes, so one thing I've always noticed within Long Beach high schools is that there is a lack of books. And so when I was in high school, I had to go buy, books for different classes. And I would like to start off primarily by making a program where the students who purchase books can donate them, and then fellow students can just come and grab them, take them for free, providing them low-income books, so books that are $1.50. And if they return it back, I would gladly buy it back from them, because I'm here to empower the community and especially the students. I know that they can choose to buy it from Amazon and lower prices, but if they know that they're building a community and fertilizing different students, that would be my primary goal.
Do we have time for
Thanks.
another question?
Dr.
Actually,
Utley?
we don't. We don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry, we're
Okay.
out of time.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Utley. Thank you, Tote Slit, for a wonderful first start to the evening. So while we wait for the judges to finalize their scores, Adapt Design, if you can get ready, don't yet begin, bear with us. And then Tavala Studios, you are on deck after Adapt Designs. So bear with me here. All right, it looks like you guys are good to go. Okay, perfect. So you can begin when you would like, Adapt Designs.
Thank you so much. Hi there, my name is Monet Petruzidi. I'm a member of Adapt Design. So over the years, we found a number of common barriers to what seem like distinct goals for people who are starting or maintaining small businesses, passionate artists and makers, hobby enthusiasts, or families. All experience barriers to vital tools and resources around being creative. And one of those very vital tools is just the space to do so. So Adapt is a community responsive resource host, or as we affectionately call it, an art gym. We have 10 members in our co-op, 70% of which are people of color who have walked this challenging path already of creating a creative business on your own. And so therefore we are our first clients. We directly support each other's goals by utilizing the Adapt structure of resource access and collaboration and community empowerment. Our most tangible products, such as our art supplies and hosting events, are our sources of revenue, along with the tiered Art Gym monthly membership for those who want to utilize the art supplies that we provide, along with storing their projects on site. We already have this space. We also offer guidance and consulting to small businesses for things like taxation or licensing or just simply brand identity. So our target market is wide. So whether you're a hobbyist that needs access to a tool library, a student who wants to utilize editing software but can't afford it, or a small business, we're here to provide a foundation for all these people to indulge and explore their creative needs with an emphasis on catalyzing businesses owned by historically marginalized people. So far, we've had a soft opening and seen a great response and need for each of these services. And given the momentum so far, along with COVID safe restrictions, we plan to open in fall of 2021 and hope to make 10 to 15K within our first year. Our core principles of equity, inclusivity, and transparency set us aside from competing with Amazon or Target or Hobby Lobby, as these big retailers not only lack a sense of community support engagement, but have egregious ethical quandaries against LGBTQ communities, labor and union rights, as well as environmentalism. Beyond that, we are community oriented and are empowering our current and future members as a co-op to own a creative resource within their community. So by building bridges to necessary resources, ADEPT allows everyone in our broad market, from individuals or children or hobbyists or burgeoning businesses, to be entitled to their creativity in whatever capacity they choose. We're here to facilitate the inherent talents and abilities of our community by taking on some of the burden of investment into resources and the challenges of access to space. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Monet with Adapt Design. We did not have to cut you off on time. That was perfect. So, judges, do you have any questions for Adapt Design?
I do have a question for Monet. Does your company plan on employing experts on a consistent basis? And how will you provide insight, details, resources that your co-op members will utilize as they expand their businesses?
That's a great question. And for a bit of a small answer is that we have our own experiences with more local business paperwork and licensing, and know a number of other local businesses who have already walked this walk, including artists as well, or farmers market businesses, a range of them, and just creating a community conversation of like, what did you do to become a muralist in Long Beach? Or what did you do to be able to work at the farmers market? We also have some members that have more corporate experience. And so I think we would love to employ more experts, but at this point we are putting more emphasis in empowering ourselves with the knowledge that we already have.
Thank you.
I have a quick.
Go ahead.
I have a question. Thank you for presenting and sharing this idea and the business. Can you talk me through that first year, with your revenue, how you're planning to generate the revenue, and also what the expenses you're going to be that you have to cover, or costs that you have to cover over that first year?
Right now, most of our expenses are just starting up. So we are converting the house that is family owned and commercially zoned into a shop. And we already have a wholesale license. And so a lot of this is just the startup expenses. And as far as creating revenue, we're structuring and responding to our community's needs of providing venue space within COVID restrictions. And that has already seemed to pull a lot of inspiration for people, and would be a good source of revenue for us, because it could be a ticketed item and be landing consistently. Lots of people are interested in hosting events at our space once we're ready and everyone's more comfortable. And then we also we're partnering with a nonprofit in Long Beach called Oceans.org, who have a large size poster printer, and they're allowing us to also utilize that resource for our own profits and refer people within the co-op and our clients to use that tool. So, and then art supplies on top of that as well, and a concierge service for us to provide art supplies through our wholesale license for the community.
Thank you, Monet. I believe that's our 2 minutes, correct, Dr. Utley?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, so judges, if you want to tally up your scores here, give you a minute. And as we do that, Tavala Studios, you will begin shortly, and then Project Ensemble will be following. Looks like we're almost there. We are there. Okay. All right, judges, are you ready? See nods. All right, Tavala Studios, are you ready?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Go for it.
All right. Hi, first of all, I'm Carolyn McDonald, and two wisdoms became crystal clear for me while in quarantine. One, as a writer living alone, I need to have to dwell in a heartwarming environment. And two, recent shifts in business models and industries and lifestyle paradigms caused by the pandemic and social justice movement have created a thirst for engaging experiences generated by people who have traditionally been marginalized. Then, while I was searching for a photo dealer, I discovered the exorbitant commission fees most command that deprive artists and gouge collectors. I saw a huge opportunity for a triple win with creators, collectors, and communities. Thus, the concept for Tavla Studios was born, an entity that provides evocative artworks created by underrepresented artists to interior design firms, high-profile collectors, and TV production design teams, and that also practices fair trade by taking less commission from artists less than traditional dealers. Tavla's unique value propositions are rarity, composition, and story. Each work and its creator conveys a distinct narrative, theme, and feeling tone. Revenues are generated by sales of artwork or merch created by Tavla, rental of artworks, and commissions of up to 25% rather than 50% from sales of artist works represented by the studio. An attractive revenue model is that, like Newman's Own, a large portion of Tavla revenues will be donated back to artist health programs and public school art program initiatives. As an award-winning filmmaker, I understand the production design procurement process and the aesthetic needs of filmmakers. As a photographer of color, I have been personally underrepresented and already know a plethora of dynamic artists whose work would appeal to collectors of all kinds if they had the right exposure. So I'm launching Tavla Studios with prints from two of my collections, Nouns in the Road and Time and Tide, as digital NFT drops this summer, and live Tavla takeover exhibitions at private homes this fall featuring additional artists. While expanding Team Tavla the next 4 months, I'll personally be offering works for sale to the film community via existing relationships, including celebrity collectors, and leveraging these transactions into commercial and home interior design acquisitions. Entertainment and lifestyle industries have always been keen to acquire products and services they know do go to a good cause, like supporting arts education. During this phase, I'll also use any startup funding and revenue for research, development, scaling, and establishing production process and infrastructure, as well as B2B interior design marketing campaigns, customer retention, and product expansion. I welcome any feedback, support, or resources you can offer, and I thank you so much for your time.
Carolyn, thank you. Well done, Tavla. I cannot pronounce that correctly. Tavla Studios. Thank you, Carolyn. Let's see, judges, do you have any questions for Carolyn?
I'll start with, yeah, I'll let you go, Kina. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Laura. Carolyn, given that there seems to be a strong and very positive emphasis on community, have you considered the entity type that your business will be structured as?
Yes, it'll be structured as a gallery, pretty much, where you'd have a space where people, once things open up more, could come and see the work. The Tavla takeovers I described would be going into other existing galleries, namely here in Long Beach. I just moved to Long Beach a year ago, so I'm really eager to make connections in the community. So that's what I've thought of so far.
Understood. Have you also considered whether or not you'll be operating as a sole proprietor, an LLC, or an S Corp, that type of entity or business structure?
Yes, as I'm rolling out right now, because it's namely me, as I said, it'll be a start off as a sole proprietor because it is namely me, and I'll be outsourcing, and then I want to grow it, as sales come on board, as things grow and I'm able to scale. I definitely want to bring in a team.
Understood. Thank you.
Carolyn, I just wanted to clarify with the model of reduced commissions on what's, traditionally in the market. Does that mean artists are participating in this are making less, or are they still kind of going to be making the same price that they would have set before and the commission is lower?
The artists themselves would be making more than, because now the commissions are at about 50%, between 30 and 50%. So I'm scaling that back. And so that they would get more paid. Yeah, definitely.
Any last question?
You have one quick last question. Have you thought about, or is there an area or opportunity to consider NFTs to integrate into your revenue structure?
Oh, absolutely. That was the first thing I said, was to launch the first, on my slide there's an image on the right middle. It kind of looks like trees. It's called Love Dances Loud. It's a digital print. All of these are digital prints. That's the one I intend to drop as an NFT in June, and just testing the waters. That's part of a series of the first part of 21 images. And so that's how they'll roll out gradually.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. That is time. If you want to complete your judges scoring for this round. And as you guys go through that, Project Ensemble, you will be up to bat here shortly. And then followed by Hydroponics City.
Good evening.
Bear with us, Adrian, 1 second.
Yeah,
I just
want to make sure
Oh,
that
yeah.
that you can
Yep.
hear me, right?
We can
I'm
hear
fine.
you, Adrian.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. As soon as the judges are ready, so bear with us. Like the background, it's coordinated with the slide, Adrian. That looks good.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to our logo there on the top left there, but at least you can see the nice logos behind me.
Oh yeah, it's definitely washed out there. Okay, I wouldn't have even noticed it. So, good
Damn,
catch.
I shouldn't have anything.
All right, almost there, judges. Here with us. Okay, thank you. All right, have it away, Adrian. All you. The floor is yours. Judges are ready.
All right, just got my timer ready. How does the music industry work? How do I set up networks in the music industry? How do I get my foot in the door? And once I've gotten my foot in the door, how do I expand my horizons within that? How do I network? How do I grow my profile? How do I become the famous artist so I can put my talent out there and help spread my message? Those are the questions that not only musicians, but all the people who work in the behemoth of an industry are going to be asking themselves and asking others. I mean, you can find the answers, but don't use Google Chrome to find those answers. And also don't try to network with all the tabs and different social media networks you'll need to answer those questions, because it'll crash your computer from the amount of tabs and different third-party resources that you're going to have to go through to get there. $3.5 billion. That's the amount of money that the music industry lost last year due to the pandemic. Even before the pandemic, these questions were ingrained in every single person in the music industry's mind. What separates what I'm about to present to you and what you'll see from the competitors, the very small amount of competitors, by the way, that address this issue, is that we're not just trying to get the artist work. We're trying to get the entire music industry to have a one-stop shop, or a 1.5 stop shop, you could say, via our website there, projectensemble.org, which you can think of as the Facebook or LinkedIn to be the community hub for the music industry. With the pandemic and live music starting to slowly creep up, we believe that the music industry is going to need a tool to network and start securing gigs again. That goes for the sound engineers, the lighting engineers, the DJs, the artists, the venues that are trying to find talent. All of those people are going to need a tool very badly. And we believe that Project Ensemble, our company, is going to deliver those tools. So without further ado, if you could play the wireframe video to present SyncUp, which you can think of as the Tinder for the music industry to secure gigs. And we believe that this is going to be the revolutionary tool that will transform the music industry and answer all those questions that I started off the pitch with. Oh. Can you guys see the video or no?
No, not sure that that's working, Adrian. If you want to
Okay.
walk people through them real quick.
That's fine, no worries. So basically you can think of Ensemble, Project Ensemble, as I said, is the community hub. If you visit the website, you'll see the next level aspects, sorry about that, the next level aspects of the community experience that we bring to the music industry so that they can nurture and grow their profile. And the wireframe video was going to showcase the start to finish search that one of our users would be going through in order to secure a gig and try to get their profile growing in the local scene and eventually grow their profiles to become, you know, that artist that they want to do and start spreading their message and their talent, of course. So I'm Adrian Beyonder. My co-founders, Jason Manigo and Tilda Fredrickson, are proud to present Project Ensemble and SyncUp. So thank you very much for listening to our lovely panel of judges and the rest of the audience. Okay. Thank you, Monique. I'm sorry. I should have prepared for that.
Judges, any questions?
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Judges, do you have any questions? And no problem, Adrian. I thought I was talking the whole time. My bad.
I do have a question, Adrian. How will your app or platform generate revenue?
Yeah, so one part of our wireframe video shows the mediation of them setting up the event. So we'll essentially act as a monetary mediator. So when a gig gets booked, like whether you're a producer or an artist getting a gig booked, we take a very small percentage, about a half of what our competitors are taking between the artist venue negotiation. And then on top of that, we will operate on a freemium or premium service model. So, you know, we'll have incentives for people to essentially expand their profiles more and yeah, to gain more access to master classes and a bunch of other expansive ideas that we have for down the line.
Thank you.
Yeah, so monthly memberships essentially to get access to premium services and premium features.
Thank you, Adrian. Another question from the judges?
Adrian, you shared that you wanted this to be a hub for the entire music industry. Is there a particular segment you think you'd want to start with?
Particular segment to start with?
Yeah, no, I caught that at the end. And yeah, I mean, our business plan is persistent on starting locally. You know, we have already a spreadsheet or a database with 20 beta testing venues confirmed. So that's all Long Beach local and Orange County. We have a few Orange County live music venues that are going to be beta testing for us. If you visit our website, you'll see the software team that we have building the prototype for this app. But yeah, essentially, we're going to start locally and by word of mouth. And obviously, as we gain more traction, we plan to expand to be a global entity, hopefully one day.
Okay, thank you, Adrian. That is time for all the questions. That's all the time we have for the questions from the judges. Judges, if you want to go ahead and score your rubrics. And then while they're waiting, hydroponics, or while we're waiting on that, Hydroponics City will be up shortly, followed by Wong Coaching. Okay. All right, judges, are you ready to hear the next one? Cool, thumbs up. I am not on mute, so Hydroponic City, you can go ahead and begin when ready.
Hey folks, can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome, so let's go. So yeah, introducing Hydroponic City, what could be called Hydroponic City by some folks. What we're introducing is a novel idea. It's a novel kind of store designed strictly for the city. What we want to do is want to bring the high yield benefits of hydroponic farming to city apartments and homes. What we're trying to do is get people enthusiastic about growing their own food, their own plants, their own herbs in their home environment, organic and pesticide free. What we have the opportunity to do here is to get the community involved with the art and love of growing food. Some people say they're cat people, some people say they're dog people. Well, I'm a plant person, and that has its own perks. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna awaken and bring alive a whole bunch of plant people too. We present a unique living store experience where you can go around and can see plants growing in their hydroponic tents. If you'll open up a dictionary, it says hydroponics is a type of horticulture and a subset of hydroculture, which involves growing plants without soil. Essentially what we're doing is we're mainlining nutrients by having the roots of a plant just live in nutrient solution. It's actually really beautiful to see, and it's something we want to show to everyone in the world. What we do is we sell products, some of them designed in-house and some of them a third party, where you can grow your plants within your house and you can provide all the nutrients. We'll give you the coaching to do it. We offer workshops and quite a lot. It's a novel idea, and we're looking to bring this to as many cities as we can. I'm not sure if I have any more time. How am I doing?
Any time left, Ebony?
Okay, seems like I have, I'll carry on by addressing the elephant in the room. Today is April 20th. And no, we're not just out there to support people who want to grow weed. You can grow all sorts of plants in your hydroponic tents. You can grow them in your apartments. You can go from bell peppers to lettuces to tomatoes and everything. And part of our goal is to have that in the store, let people see what tomatoes look like in a hydroponic tent after 2 weeks, after 4 weeks, after 6 weeks, etc. I have 30 seconds to go, and I think I'll yield my time.
Thank you. It's Femi?
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Femi. With Hydroponics City. So judges, having gone through that, any questions? I wasn't on mute, was I? No, I wasn't.
No, you weren't. I'd like to ask about marketing. Femi, who is your target demographic? How will you get the product and everything that you offer in front of your audience?
Right. So one thing that we definitely offer is expertise within the subject. So what we will do as far as our product, we gather our products and we build our kits. How will we get people in the city, and how will we get people to come to the store? Good locations within the city, and we're offering this up to people within the city. We have all the other tools we might need. We have apps that we can develop for this. We can do the app store optimization, the search engine optimization, and the key terms that once people start searching, we'll be able to get them to make sure they find us within their local city.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the judges?
I have one real quick question. What is how are you planning on distributing it? Is it through your own retail store, or are you looking for distributors?
So we have distribution models that we have researched. We can go through Amazon fulfillment, and we also have in-store as well. So as far as distribution, any the main goal is to satisfy the customer. We're very customer oriented. So we have a whole bunch of stuff in store. What we don't have in store, we'll be able to get to people. And we're looking to use any modern distribution channel available.
Thank you, Femi. Any last second question? We good? Okay.
Thanks, folks.
Thank you, Femi. Hydroponic City. Well done. Let's see, judges, feel free to fill in the rest of your scorecards as Wong Coaching prepares to go next, followed by the Wizards of Z's. So bear with us. I think we are all set. Judges, you are ready, correct? Okay. All right. Wong Coaching, whenever you are ready, you may begin.
Awesome. Why aren't there more Asian Americans in leadership positions? According to a Harvard Business Review 2016 article, the authors, who are Asian Americans, state that Asians typically outperform other racial demographics when it comes to education, employment, and income. However, they are also quick to point out that this data point leaves out an important perspective, that only about 19% of Asian Americans, including Indians, are in managerial roles, compared to 80% of their Caucasian counterparts. Since these statistics came from a highly cited Silicon Valley diversity report, it is clear that there is a wealth of diverse, untapped leadership potential in corporate America. My company, Wong Coaching, aims to aid in this discrepancy. Wong Coaching is a leadership counseling service for Asian Pacific Islander professionals who desire to break into the managerial ranks of their company. Through one-on-one, group sessions, and month-long programs, Wong Coaching provides leadership mindset training and support tailored to the Asian Pacific Islander experience. In doing so, they will realize the barriers which have held them back and will be given executive tools to help them break into leadership roles. Differentiation-wise, what sets my company apart from other API leadership programs who normally focus on East Asian females is my experience and knowledge as a global studies degree holder from Cal State Long Beach, Go Beach, and through my experiences studying abroad as a US Department of State Gilman International Scholar, which gives me an interdisciplinary view of the richness and complexity of Asian cultures. Wong Coaching is an idea stage startup, and the team is mostly comprised of myself currently. For the first year, revenue estimation-wise is predicted at about 50,000. All in all, the need for Asian American leaders is timely, especially in the rise of recent anti-Asian hate crimes. Wong Coaching aims to help Asians take ownership of their stories and become the capable leaders they were meant to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Christina. Well done. Coaches, or not coaches, sorry, you are the coach. Judges, any questions for Christina with Wong Coaching?
I have a question, Christina. Will your customer be a client or an organization? Who is the end user of your service?
So the initial stages of my business is going to focus on the client and not the corporation.
Thank you. Do you plan on expanding that?
In the future, yes, I'm interested in expanding to executive support, so that might need to partner with corporations. However, in the initial stages, I'm really just focusing on the client and then going with client referral that way.
Understood, thank you. Have you already determined your price point for obtaining your first year revenue goal of 50,000?
Currently, right now, I'm still currently working that out in terms of the numbers. And that will be figured out in the incubation stage of my programming. So right now I'm focusing on certification, and then next stage is operational support. And then in the incubation phase with my potential clients, I'm gonna really focus on like how to price those potential price points.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you, Kina. Adam or Laura, any questions?
Really quickly, you were mentioning, you know, how you're different from other businesses who are focusing on Asian Pacific American women specifically. Is your business also women focused, or is it sort of Asian Pacific Islander customers as a whole? Just getting that differentiation.
Yes, so a lot of the leadership programs out there mostly focus on females. I'm focusing on Asian Pacific Islanders in general. And in the initial phases, currently I'm targeting millennials and Gen Zs. However, I'm looking to expand that as the years go on.
Okay, I think we're at time at 2 minutes, correct, Ebony? Yes. All right, good questions, good answers. Thank you, Wong Coaching. So thank you, Christina. We'll let the judges fill out their scorecards while the Wizards of Z's wake up and begin to prepare for presentations, followed by our story, who will follow soon after. Let's see here. Looks like we're all set on the coaching or on the judges side. Judges, are you all set? Looks good. All right. The Wizards of Z's. Whenever you would like to begin, go for it.
Hi, my name is Humberto Cortez, a Long Beach downtown resident. My enterprise's name is the Wizard of Z's, addressing sleep deprivation, which is a serious problem, aggravating the healthcare systems in every country, additionally affecting the world's GDP. The cost of sleep deprivation is staggering. United States leads by a long, long shot. Japan, second, about half of the United States, Germany, then United Kingdom and Canada, just to mention the main industrial countries. Sleep deprivation is severely detrimental to overall productivity, on-the-job performance, social relations, family ties, and comprehensive individual health. They're all affected by sleep deprivation. The benefits of this enterprise are rooted on the Think Global Think Global Act Local philosophy. At a global level, it addresses productivity, GDPs, and healthcare. At a local level, it addresses individual economic empowerment. The idea is to use this enterprise, this entrepreneurial development class, to build a step-by-step replicable paradigm to the benefit of my Long Beach community. The products of services of education and non-pills essential oils products to overcome sleepless afflictions. The plusvalia or added value of this enterprise is the increased productivity individually and collectively worldwide. The target market is the humanity across the demographic spectrum. The market size is nearly unquantifiable. And compared to the general pharmaceutical insomnia products approach, it is a solution without side effects. Marketing, it produces a 24th century, it introduces a 24th century artificial intelligence algorithms explained on the business plan. By the way, I just didn't have time to I learned about this on Saturday night, so this is a very short time to do this. P&Ls will be addressed on the marketing and business plans. The architect and overall visionary of this enterprise is me, Humberto Cortez. Thank you.
Thank you, Humberto, with Wizards of Z's. Laura, Adam, Kina, any questions for Humberto?
Humberto, how will you monitor or gauge the success of this business venture? Have you determined ways in which it would be quantified?
The success will be very much, judged by the revenues produced by the enterprise.
Okay. And your consumer is individuals that are using this portal?
My consumers, and as I look at this group over there, some of them are clients to be. That are afflicted by a sleep deprivation, and which affects their performance and productivity. So it's a very very broad spectrum in across the world, across the human population.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kina. Adam, Laura.
What makes the sleep portal different from other products or entities that are trying to address sleep deprivation?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
Humberto, it's what makes this different from other products?
What makes a difference, if you compare with the pharmaceutical industry, it makes it that it has no side effects. We are going back to all the way back to the Stone Age, to the Egyptians, the Greek, the Roman empires, all the way to present times, and basically we are going. And I am not specialist, some knowledges as they call it. I'm not a specialist in sleep, but I do have a team that are all world-class experts and renowned authorities on the matter. So, but yeah, it's addressing a problem that it is very sure. If you look into your friends and families, you'll find people that are potential clients. So refer them to me, please.
Thank you, Humberto. We are at time on the questions. So judges, once you've finished, we will move on to our story, followed by, oh, yes, Humberto.
No, I just thought
you.
that this is, I just want to add some real quick, that this is not a conventional enterprise. This is a 21st century enterprise, and it's by artificial intelligence algorithms, and so
thank you.
It can not be explained real quick. Thank you.
Thank you, Humberto. Understandable. Yeah, 3-minute pitch is not much time here. So it will always leave more questions, but that's a good opportunity, right? When you have people asking questions and they want more, if they're intrigued. So thank you for intriguing us. The Wizards of Z's. Our story will be up, followed by Susu's Tabuli. So our story, it looks like judges, you are ready. So our story, if you want to begin, whenever you're ready.
Sorry, I was muted. I'll start. Hi, my name is Connor Snicker. I'm a graduate from Cal State Long Beach, and I'm passionate about innovation and entrepreneurship. I'm proud to present our story. Would you ever say that any one person is ever ready to lose a loved one? Would you also not agree that you're often looking for a couple pictures, maybe some videos, some voicemails that you left. We know there's never any way to fill the void of losing someone close to you, but just because they're gone doesn't mean they need to be forgotten. And that's where we're here to help. We're excited to offer users the ability to document and share their stories. We also think they'll enjoy the ability to create and send out interviews to family members from a deep database of questions designed to bring out the storyteller in all of us. Also, if they're sending out to somebody maybe technically challenged, they're going to be able to pre-create an account to make setup and recording even easier. Now, our target market has an initial target customer of first responders. This includes police, firefighters, active and reserve military, giving us, based on the U.S. Census Bureau, 2.2 million users. Now, why them? It's really important that they're risking their lives on a daily basis for us. And often when they leave the house, they might not come back that day. So it adds a lot of value for them as families. You think our company, you might think Facebook, you might think Ancestry.com. Well, while Facebook allows you to memorialize an account, it only freezes the account as is when somebody passes away. And often people posting on Facebook, it doesn't have the depth and it doesn't tell their true story, their life experiences. Ancestry only digs into the past and doesn't create anything new. For these two reasons, these competitors fail to offer the same personalized way for you to document and tell your own story. Our business is on a freemium business model with a $5 premium subscription that allows users access to the deep database of questions, as well as sending out higher quantity and longer interviews to family members. This gives us an estimated revenue of $22,500 at the end of year one with 1,000 premium users, also hitting break even at 2 years with 2,500 premium users. Our team has a few empty spots. We're looking for a software engineer with app development experience and also a financial advisor that's able to do projections and help with investment. The other member on my team, Frank, is my brother. He's an Army veteran. He also has sales experience and social media marketing experience. Thank you for your time. Any questions?
Thank you, Connor, with our story. Laura, Kina, Adam, any questions?
I do, Connor. I have a question.
Yeah.
So the premium. So from the freemium version, you have a $5 premium subscription. Is that right?
Right. Correct.
And is the user required to maintain their premium subscription in order to consistently have access to these stories?
No. So the important part for us was to keep the access free, because it also offers a way for free marketing. So someone passes away in the family and they go to the funeral, they're going to love sharing that to everyone. Now, people are going to sign up, make a free account. They're going to always have access to that memory, that interview, and that's going to keep bringing them back to the platform, exposing them to the value, and they might want to do it for people in their own lives. So it's always going to be the recording and access to that the database of questions in user-friendly way that's going to add the value.
Understood. Thank you.
Laura, Adam, any questions?
Connor, I was curious. So you're targeting first responders,
Right.
But so is the main user, I imagine first responders are already thinking about potential loss of life, but is the main user,
Right.
say, their family member or the responder?
Now, there's an interesting back and forth on that, because you have a person that is aware that they may lose their life and they want to pass on that their life experiences to their family members around them. So they want to allow people to have comfort if they're lost. But as well as the same time, they're also aware that people are lost because they're experiencing it on a daily, monthly basis. So they may be more aware of, hey, it could be any day. And they'll do the same thing for their family. So it kind of goes both ways. They're going to do it for themselves, for their family, but also be more aware of it to have their family members do it.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question.
We are at time. So
Cool.
Thank you, Connor, with our story. Now, as the judges fill out their scorecards, Susu's Tabuli will be getting ready. So bear with us. This will be the last presentation. So let's see here, almost there. Okay, Laura, Kina, Adam, you guys ready? Okay. When ready, Susu's Tabuli.
Hi, everybody. My name is Susu Altena Fawkwitz. I'm from San Pedro, so just right up the 405 for you all. And I'm going to be talking about Susu's Tabuli. So this is actually a small business that I started early February on just my personal Instagram page, nothing too crazy. And my goal ultimately is really to just spread positivity around the Arab identity, the Lebanese identity. I don't need to tell you all, I'm sure you all are aware that in the media and in society, there is rarely a positive connotation with anyone Arab or Middle Eastern. Anytime it's in movies, there's always terrorism involved, and it's just never positive. And in the Lebanese culture, food is really what brings people together. So I thought, what better way to spread my culture with everybody than through selling food, popular dishes. So the two dishes, it's tabbouleh, which is a Lebanese salad, is the best way I could put it, and hummus, or known as hummus. So those are the two things that are part of Susu's tabbouleh. And I wanted to do these two meals as well because in Southern California, especially, you know, a vegan diet has become very popular, and Mediterranean food has become popular, which is really exciting for me because I'm seeing a piece of my culture being positively represented in our community. But if you go to Trader Joe's, the ingredients, it's just not it. They're throwing couscous in there and quinoa, and that is not what goes into tabbouleh. So I wanted to sell the real deal. This is a recipe that's passed on from my family who immigrated from Lebanon to America. This is all fresh ingredients. There's actually organic lemons are used in the hummus and in the tabbouleh they're actually from my followers, my friends, and my family. I always post when I'm short on lemons, and I have people from my community leaving lemons on their doorstep from their backyards, and they're donating it to this business. So it's been really awesome. My target market is really just non-Arabs. These are popular dishes in every Arab's fridge. So they're not the ones who are really going to be purchasing it, but it's really people who are buying from Trader Joe's. We want that to stop. We want them to try the real stuff. And people who've never had any Lebanese cuisine, I want them to try it out. So ideally, I serve 10 to 20 customers in the South Bay area. I am a one-woman show, so that is as much as I could do. My demand has grown like crazy. I have a drop every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and I literally sell out within 2 minutes. And my demand is growing, but my production is not, because I can only chop so much produce. So it's been going really, really well. But I would love to expand and recruit a few choppers. And within the first year, ideally, I would fulfill 575 to 600 orders. And ideally, the profit would be around $15,000, $16,000. Okay, I'll drop my Instagram. Also, in my Instagram highlights on my personal page, I have a Susu's reviews tab where people post their reviews, and I repost it for them. And then there's my menu as well. So I'm going to drop that in the chat, and then I yield my time.
Perfect. Susu with Susu's Tabuli. Thank you. Judges, do you have any questions?
I do. With your product being in such high demand, what are your plans for scalability? Do you want to potentially have the product entered into markets, or do you have plans for distribution?
So when I started, originally that was not the plan, but it's honestly doing so well. I would love to do that. I think starting small with like farmers market, ideally that'd be a great first step. And then potentially looking into like local markets and whatnot. But that wasn't the goal, but now it kind of is.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Other questions?
Yeah, how do you plan on actually scaling the production?
I really just need people. I've gotten devices to cut down my time, like tomato choppers, electric lemon squeezers and whatnot, but I've done all the shortcuts I could possibly do without hindering the quality of the food. So at this point, I really just need extra hands. So maybe like an assistant chopper, something like that. And also I can't prep everything too far in advance again, because I like the produce to be very fresh. So I buy everything that is made within like 2 days of purchase.
Laura, any last question?
I don't have a question at this time.
Okay, cool. All right, all questions answered. Adam, Kina.
Just one question. Do you know what the shelf life of the product is?
Yeah, I always tell my customers within 3 days is the best taste. I've gone up to a week, but it's not as good at that point. So no more than 7 days to answer your question.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, judges, for all of the great questions. Thank you to everyone who has presented at this point. Monique has dropped the poll where all of you can go vote for the audience choice. And as you guys do that, the judges will all enter into a breakout room to deliberate. So so we will see you guys momentarily. Wade, if you wanted to discuss anything with these team members, go for it. So, and then
All
judges,
right.
go ahead and join me in the breakout room.
Great job, everybody. This is really some very good presentations, and I know some of you, like Umberto, had very short notice to prepare your pitches and your title slide there, but I think this is going to be a tough one for the judges. So,
Hi, Dr. Martin.
yes.
Sorry, I just have a quick question. Do you have a spare 5 minutes after, this is all done? Just because I'm doing a story for the school news channel on the Institute of
All right.
Innovation. So yeah, interview you if you're okay with that. And if you have
Sure,
the time.
as long as you perfect my quotes or whatever.
Of course, no misrepresentation.
Yeah, that would be great.
Thank you very much.
All right. So is everybody, was the experience pitching what you thought it would be? I know Carolyn and Umberto, you just had a day or two to get ready.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
All right. Get
Yeah,
back in the saddle there, Connor.
I didn't faint, so I did.
You did a great job.
It was a good experience.
Yes.
Connor, you had that cold brew business, didn't you? From like previous.
I did. That's still there in the back burner.
Oh man.
Oh man, the samples are what won it. It wasn't me. It was the coffee.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love cold brew, so.
Yeah, that was a really, oh man.
I'm so
Yes.
proud of all of the businesses that are trying to engage and empower communities.
Yes.
That's a really amazing thing. I think regardless of who's the winner, that makes me excited.
Yeah, that was great to see that people are celebrating their culture, that are bringing it to life through their products, and whether it's the bookstore beside Long Beach Poly or the Tabuli, that it's just that's what's really great about these PitchFest competitions. You just get such a diversity of ideas and presentations. Any thoughts from anybody else? We are excited to see some of you on Saturday mornings here with our workshops.
Yeah, I have wait.
Yes, yes, Umberto.
I have a question, or a comment rather. Is that the Saturday morning sessions are very tough because, Friday nights is normally a very actively social, and to be able to, I missed the first one because of that. It's quite challenging to be up to the task at that early hour.
Yes, no, that is one of the things problems we have with our programs is what is the ideal time to deliver them? Because we have some people that have businesses that have to open on Saturdays. We have some people that can't meet during the week. So yes, it is challenging at times. So for 5 weeks, when we do the pitch competition at the end, we'll start it maybe at 9 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that's the only objection I have to, or only comment I have about this. Other than that, you are doing a splendid job, and we're learning so much. Really,
Great.
thank you.
Great. You can see people like Ingrid here too, that we rely on to do a good job in teaching these classes. This Saturday, Dean and I, Dean Heiss, who was moderating here, will be delivering a module as well. So we try to bring in the right people to bring to life the topics that they're presenting. So people that are experienced working with entrepreneurs.
I have another question, and it's because everybody that is on this screen of mine is very high resolution and all this, and your image is like very ghosty and shaky. It's different than everybody else. Why is that?
Yes. I haven't gotten up to turn on the light yet. And it got dark outside.
Oh.
You don't have your green screen.
Yeah. Let's see there. Whoa.
That's better.
That's a little brighter.
Oh, what better?
So anybody else? It's great to see Adrian, who competed in the Innovation Challenge this year, continuing to move his idea forward. Hopefully we'll be competing again next year.
Well, our goal is to, we're building a prototype right now, and we have a timeline to have it done by the end of the summer. So hopefully we don't need to come back, because by then we'll be a bigger entity. But who knows? If you see me next year, things didn't go that well. So I hope to not see you, but also I do.
And come back and be one of the judges, then one of the inspirational stories of sticking with it.
Yeah, and then I'll make sure I show a video that doesn't play again, and then everyone will be like, "Oh, this guy's not very inspirational."
It'll make a great story when you're on Moneyline with on CNBC or something. All right. Dean,
well, if I might say something, my aspiration is to succeed on this, not so much as the enterprise. Of course, I want it to be successful, but I really want to create a replicable paradigm that could be inspirational to my fellow community people in Long Beach and other places. But that's my main goal, is just to, so that I can become a kind of a resource adjunct to what you do.
Yeah, that would be great. We're always looking to strengthen our programs and to expand our partnerships, and so we look forward to talking more. Jim, I see you're here. As Dean mentioned at the beginning, this is the Apostle Incubator PitchFest, and the Apostle Foundation is supporting what we do. I don't know if, not to put you on the spot or anything, Jim, if you or Ella would like to say something about the commitment of the Apostle Foundation, that would be great.
Jim, you're on mute.
One more time, Jim, to unmute.
True.
There you go.
What do you think now?
That's great.
Okay. I would just comment on behalf of the Apostle Foundation that we're just really, really impressed with the program you've developed under this incubator program. John Apostle was a man who came to this country with nothing and was a pure entrepreneur in that he developed his a system to develop wealth that he then contributed back to the community. And you cannot honor him any more than what you're doing now, because it's exactly what he did in his lifetime. He was an entrepreneur, and with his wife Helen, they had no children, and they developed through just entrepreneurship, coming here with nothing from a little village in Greece, which I saw once about 20 years ago. It was very interesting. But he would be delighted to see what you're doing in terms of entrepreneurship. And this time and the last time are the two times I've observed. And I was a judge last time, and it's a very difficult. I congratulate the judges. It's a hard task, even the limited time you have to do everything. But I certainly congratulate the judges for participating, and then to the candidates who are presenting. Every one of them is a worthwhile project. It's difficult to make a choice on deciding who should get this award or that award. And I just congratulate all the participants for making the effort and thinking through the process that you have to do to create a viable business enterprise. That's what you're doing. So we appreciate it at the Apostle Foundation very much.
Great, thank you, Jim. Another partner in what the Incubator does is the College of Business. Dean Solt, if you would like to say anything to the crowd.
Yeah, thank you, Wade. It's been a wonderful evening. I think Jim captured it very well about how the entrepreneurial spirit of the apostles is shining through, and how the students themselves tonight did a lot of shining. There were some really good presentations from top to bottom. So I think it is going to be a difficult decision on the part of the judges. I think it was Dean at the beginning talked about the ideas and creativity and hopefully turning those into entrepreneurial ventures. And I do believe that's true. I think every entrepreneurial venture, starts with the idea. It could be garages like Hewlett and Packard and Steve Jobs. It could be dorm rooms like Facebook started and Google started. So you never know when the ideas are going to come. It'd be great if we could have all we need was one idea. Unfortunately, we don't. We need as many ideas as we can. So having an event like the PitchFest that showcases the creative thinking of our students, I'm just so appreciative of what the students are doing. I'm so proud of the students, and I think it's a really good evening. So no losers in my mind. Everyone's a winner.
All right, thank you, Dean Salt. One thing that I really like about the Incubator as it's evolved is the engagement of the community as well. Our students, yes, we want them to be here and presenting their ideas, creating serial entrepreneurs like Connor. But what really strengthens what they do is that engagement with the community members. So you have people like Umberto showing up, people like Carolyn and Femi and Janine. So you get a wide range of individuals that come and bring their ideas. Monet, you've got this whole spectrum and just exchanging ideas. What I was really impressed with is the discussions in the chat and the support for each other, as opposed to, oh, this is a terrible idea, I should be in first place or something like that. So it's good to see the support, and that entrepreneurial network is what's needed in Long Beach. And that's what we want to try to build and strengthen. So always put those ideas out there and you'll find more people supporting you. And that's what entrepreneurs need.
Wade,
Yes.
I'm surprised we didn't see DJ Monique tonight.
Yes. we were afraid of copyright laws tonight.
Okay.
But we do have a secret weapon when we're back in person. So DJ Neek will be there too. DJ Kolnick will be there to definitely entertain during the judges' deliberations. Now, so that we don't take too much more time of your evening, I'm going to go into the judges' room and tell them who the winner should be. Just kidding, it's their decision.
Dr. Martin, have I told you how good you look today? By any chance?
Yes, yes, of course.
Well, good job, everyone.
Yeah, great job, everyone. I think it's good to
Yeah,
have
good
this
job, folks.
Yeah, I think it was. I think the first three pitches where they were similar ideas, but I loved how everyone kind of was on the same page about like, let's get everyone involved. Let's get every different, like ethnicity, every different race, every different group. Let's get everyone on equal, it was awesome.
And everybody's about service, it seems, community service and giving back. That's such a cool vibe too.
Yeah, important too on such a historical day today, celebrating the Siobhan trial decision. So I think that sets a tone too, just walking forward from the pandemic and that trial saying, let's unite.
Yeah, right. Move forward. Yep.
Pandemic's obviously been horrible for everyone, but I mean, like you've seen it countless times. People are saying it, but I think now people are going to be realizing it, just how much stronger we're going to be, and like how much more people are going to come together. Even though it may not seem like it here in America, people get more divided at times, but like for sure, I think the global community like is going to be like, oh man, especially with like travel, people are going to be like, I now really want to go out and go to different cultures and countries, because you've been stuck in one place. And yeah, I think it's great, and that's reflected with all of your great ideas. Everyone. This whole program is amazing. Like the other guys were saying, like I'm a journalism major, and I'm so thankful I discovered it.
All right, everyone. Hopefully you had fun discussing whatever was discussed while we were deliberating. We have tallied the scoring from all of the judges, and we have our third place runner-up and first place to announce. So it looks like everyone's on camera and ready to go. I'm seeing everyone watching intently. This is great. The third place winner from this evening's PitchFest is none other than, and who will receive, by the way, $250, is none other than Hydroponics City. Congratulations, Hydroponics City. Well done.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you for participating in this. It was rewarded here. The runner-up, who will receive $500 for their efforts this evening, is Susu's Tabbouleh. So hopefully that goes a long way, and we can all enjoy the good Lebanese food. So thank you, Susu. And last but not least, the first place winner of this evening's PitchFest. Amongst all 9 pitches that were given this evening, one took away the first prize, and that is Wong Coaching. Good job.
Thank you so much.
Definitely, Christina. Thank you for pitching this evening. Hopefully, all of you guys really enjoyed that and had some fun, and just learned from that experience. It's a perishable skill set, that is, when you're pitching your ideas. So even if you don't go down the road of executing on the ideas that you pitched tonight, any one of you guys, all 9 of you, do consider this a good lesson learned, and take and build on this. And hopefully you guys do continue to move on with these ideas. It was a fun deliberation with the coaches or with the judges. Everyone did really well, and yeah, thank you all for participating here. We are not yet done though. We have the Audience Choice Award. So all of you hopefully voted this evening. And let's see, Monique, do you want
Yes.
to congratulate whoever the Audience Choice winner is?
Yes, absolutely. So we'll build a little bit of anticipation right here.
Go for
The
it.
Audience Choice Award goes to Susu's Tabuli.
Ooh.
Thank
Good.
you.
Congratulations.
Exciting.
Good job, Susu with Susu's Tabuli. So that, along with your prize of $500 for runner-up, amounts to $750. So that hopefully that goes a long way. So thank
We'll
you.
expect the first delivery of Tabuli when we get back in person for the incubator.
Yes,
That's right. That's
Special
right.
Long Beach delivery for you all, most definitely.
we'll send you our address once we're up and running there. Thank you guys. Again, this is not the end of the journey for any of these teams tonight. Hopefully you take from this evening's experience the lessons, encouragement, and some inspiration to continue on your entrepreneurial journeys. Pitching is just one of those steps. So thank you all for participating in this year's PitchFest. I want to say good night, but any last words, Wade, or from the judges?
I was going to ask really quick, are the judges able to share a little bit of the deliberation for the different, that would be really valuable, I think, for a lot of people listening.
Yeah, I can definitely share tips that the judges provided, moving forward. So as we went through this, the judges provided scores and some comments, and I can share those with any teams that want to follow up with me and with Wade. But go ahead, Wade.
I think what at this opportunity, you can go to a breakout room and have a few minutes with Dean to explain the deliberations. And to be clear, Dean was in there to sort of monitor the deliberations and help collate the scores and everything. It was the three judges. So this allows him also to be the messenger of what they thought was positive, how one ranked versus the other. So going to a breakout room for any team that would be very good use of the time.
Yeah, good call, Wade. And then that's available tonight and other nights as well, if you guys can't stay on tonight.
And also, Ebony, did you want to mention next Tuesday night?
Yes, next Tuesday night, we will have an emphasis on entrepreneurship and wellness, and Cassandra Vitale from the Cassandra Vitale School of Divination will be joining us.
All right.
Good pitch for next week. I like it. Thank you, Dr. Utley. So Adam, Kina, Laura, I want to thank you for being judges for this evening and for keeping up with everyone, asking the appropriate questions, and providing this good feedback for everyone. So we can all build on this evening and have fun on our entrepreneurial journeys. So thank you, Adam. Thank you, Laura, and thank you, Kina.
Thank you.